Good evening, folks. Welcome to my channel again, Travel News with Carlos Cruz. Please like and subscribe. So today I'm going to give you guys uh, some news on this Cop City story. So basically, a protest turned violent in downtown Atlanta over the weekend. They're protesting the altercation between the armed individual who shot at the police and was essentially killed by return fire from the police officers involved. These activists were all dressed in black. The GBI has identified them as uh, ties with Antifa or possibly Antifa. The violent protesters were the subsection of hundreds of demonstrators who were gathering and marching along Peachtree Street. And along the way, these people had actually set a police car on fire and damaged ATMs and businesses nearby. According to the GBI, the incident was not recorded on body cameras. The Bureau said Friday that determined the trooper was shot in the abdomen from bullet from the handgun possession. So the word of Saturday's protest had been widely circulated ahead of time on social media among a lot of sites. And a lot of the language was stand up and fight. Atlanta Police Chief Darwin Schwarbaum said during a news conference that the authorities made 6 arrests Saturday that recovered explosive devices after the protesters damaged property along Peachtree Street, a corridor of hotels and restaurants. He said authorities halted the violence within 2 blocks and no citizens or law enforcement were injured. And he states, we can tell now in the early investigation that this was not the focus tonight, just to damage the windows of 3 buildings and set a police car on fire. The intent was to continue to do harm. And a lot of these people involved in some of their social media sites have been inciting violence. And a lot of these people are chanting, Stop Cop City. And from what we're told from the current mayor of Atlanta and police entities, that the whole point of this construction is to train police officers to do good in the community. Also, some other news with this, some of these people that were actually arrested were, looks like very well educated. We have Jeffrey Parsons, age 20, from Maryland, Timothy Murphy, 25, of Maine, Spencer Bernard Liberto of Pennsylvania, Matthew Ernest McCarr, age 30, of Pennsylvania, Sarah Walensky, 35, of Pennsylvania, Chris Reynolds, 31, from Ohio. And some of these people were alumni of the Bernard College in Manhattan. McCarr had actually graduated with a master's degree in international affairs from Penn State in 2016, according to LinkedIn. Liberto and Walensky appear to be in a relationship based on social media photos and posts, and seem to have a long history of left-leaning politics. Walensky's Twitter account shows she follows Antifa groups, and on social media, she states she represents autonomous zones. And the majority of these people are from out of state, where a lot of the whole defund the police sentiments have been going on, and defund the police actions and legality have been made, and legal changes have been made according to defund the police movement, which has a lot of those places where they're coming from are kind of lawless in certain areas, For example, in Washington, the security people, they can't stop people. The same thing in California right now. They just sort of watch people go by, unfortunately. I don't condone violence. Uh, I hope these people get the help that they need, and I hope no one else gets harmed in this process, because violence is wrong. Even if you do disagree with the government, it's not your property, and people come here to break the law. That's also very wrong. You're setting a bad example for young people. Um, it's not a good thing. And and one thing you have to realize is that if you're coming from a blue state, you come to a red state. Red states' laws are strict, and they will enforce those. So I guess don't come to a red state and try to do the same things you do in the blue states, because as you can see, it's not going to work out for you.